Hey guys, Dan Howman back with another Watcher Realms video. Today we are on the test server and we have a bunch of brand new heroes added to the game yet again. Surprising, yes, we have some more coming. So let's talk through them. Let's look at the new heroes. We'll go through a lot of the information on them and we'll talk about them, go through their stats, etc. All right, let's go. So in fighters, we have two brand new fighters coming. We have Xena, looks pretty cool. Infernal Dragon Girl, pretty sweet looking. 4 tiles of range on her attack. And if I go to max details here, you can see her stats, her max range, all of that good stuff. Now let's go through her kit and see what she does. So very first thing, when deployed, increases attack by 20% and all damage reduction by 30% for 30 seconds. Attacks also inflict burning on hit targets, reduces the cost of the hero's first deployment by 6. Interesting. So she still has a 60 redeployment time. You can't see it's behind me, but she has a 60 redeployment time. But it seems like you want to place her multiple times because she does cool stuff when she first gets placed, or just use her to burst, I guess. Single target, basic attack. Ultimate activates when deployed, increases attack by 30% and crit damage by 80%. Each attack deals 130% damage to up to 5 enemies in range. The fewer targets hit, the higher the damage dealt, up to 260. The skill can only be triggered 1 time per deployment. She can only use her ultimate once. That's really interesting. After the effect duration ends, reduce attack range to 1 tile instead. After the effect ends, reduced the range to 1 tile, like this right here. Okay. When attacking targets inflicted with burning, deals true damage equal to 20% of the hero's attack 1 time. The more stacks of burning the target is inflicted with, the higher the damage dealt, up to 50 or 40% max. Okay. Permanently increases the hero's damage by 10% with each deployment, up to 40%. Interesting. So it does seem like they want you to pick her up and drop her and pick her up and drop her, etc. Really interesting. Okay, what do we got going on here? During the ultimate, the hero's attack deals an extra 90% to 180 based on the target's hit. Okay. Attack when receiving fatal damage during the ultimate, enters unyielding for 5 seconds and dies immediately when it ends. The hero cannot be healed during unyielding and cannot be revived after it ends. Okay. Interesting. No Valk to revive her. Penetration, and during the ultimate, each attack inflicts magic resist reduction on the target's hit. Okay, really interesting. Really interesting hero. I don't know where do you want to place heroes and only have them attack a couple times? I don't know. Maybe you can use them in like the Conqueror Mortal Codex, maybe in Artifact Material Raid. Kind of a weird hero because you can only use the ultimate 1 time. So I just don't really know where you're going to use that. Maybe, I mean, in PvP seems it wouldn't even be that useful. I don't know. It's interesting. You only use the ultimate 1 time. You still got to wait the 60 seconds, but you can just keep throwing her down, picking her up, throwing her down. I don't know where that's going to be useful, so I'm not quite sure on that hero. But okay, moving on to the next one. Another fighter, Kigiri. Another really cool looking hero. Looks exactly like that hero from Raid Shadow Legends. Literally identical to that one dude, I forget his name, from a really long time ago that they added. Anyways, what do we got going on here? So hero details, let's look at this first. Max level. Skill range is always 2 tiles. Really high attack, 6470. Is that the new highest attack in the game? We'll have to check that in a minute. I did update my website with their stats. Let's just check that while we are talking about it real quick. Let's just pull up my website real fast. I'm curious if that's the highest attack now in the entire game or not. My site was working so fast 5 seconds ago. It was instantaneous. It's been doing some weird things. Okay, so if we go to the interactive gallery that has all the stats, all that good stuff, and we're just gonna sort by attack, highest attack in the game. There we go. Kigiri is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th place. Okay, so Salazar's still a little bit more of an attack than her. You still have Ardea, Magnus, Valderon, really high attack. Kigiri is quite high, but not the highest in the game. So, yeah, interesting there. Okay, so let's go back. Let's continue. Cost of 17, attack interval 2.6. There's all her stats, his stats, sorry. Okay, what do we got going on here? So can launch sweeping strike at the farthest enemy within the ultimate's range every 40 seconds. Each time basic attack deals damage, it reduces the cooldown of the sweeping strike. The AoE damage of the sweeping strike and ember strike inflicts bleed. The additional damage ignores 50% defense and dispels one buff. We have another dispeller, so that's interesting there. Another dispeller for Guild Boss 2. Single target damage, basic attack. Ultimate has the massive vortex range. Really interesting. Sheathes the blade. Manual ultimate, not auto for this one. Sheathes the blade and prepares to launch an extra sweeping strike. Oh my god, dashes forward to the target, doing a trillion things, damage in the path, deals damage, immune to all damage during the cast, that's kind of cool. When receiving direct damage while sheathed, parries the damage and launches an extra sweeping strike early. If parry is triggered within 3 seconds of entering it, launches Ember Strike instead, which... I don't really know what the damage difference is. It looks like it just deals more damage for this initial hit, but not the hit coming back. Interesting. Okay. Parrying during Tranquil Reflection increases attack by 20% as well. When Sweeping Strike and Ember Strike ends, there's a 50% chance to immediately launch an identical strike in the opposite direction. This strike cannot trigger the effect again. Okay, so a lot of little like triggers. It's almost like a counter attack, but I guess they're calling it parry. Burst damage, a big AoE window, but other than that, single target. So interesting. Let's look at the Awakens. When launching a basic attack, it initially restores 3 rage, so you're going to be able to use your ultimates more. And HP. Cool. Attack. Within 10 seconds after a sweeping strike is activated, dealing direct damage inflicts damage one time equal to 35%. Within 10 seconds of Ember Strike being activated, each direct damage dealt inflicts damage multiple times. Okay, so we're just adding more damage to those direct damage hits. Penetration and will always trigger Swallow Counter. Whatever that is. I have no idea what Swallow Counter is. Okay, hits his passive, so when Sweeping Strike and Ember Strike end, there's a 50% chance to immediately launch an identical strike. Okay, so you get a higher chance to do that. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Cool looking heroes. Good. You know, they're fighters. This one's interesting. I don't know where you're going to want to redeploy a bunch of times. This one, it does have a Dispel buff, so maybe Guild Boss 2 is going to be useful for that hero if you need the Dispel. No new tanks in the game. I think we have 4 new heroes added to the game, right? So nothing here. I've already reviewed all these. Mages. We got one more mage down here. Very interesting hero. And then we have one more healer. Yeah, there's our 4. Okay. So we got Beelzebub. This guy's really interesting. Has a really big range. Has a really low attack. Really extremely low attack. So if I pull up the gallery here and we go... what do I want here? Class, mage. You'll see Ingrid, really high attack, Praetus, Alistar, and then this new girl. Where is she? 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 I know I just added her. Beelzebub. Beelzebub. Am I blind? Man, what is happening? Oh, we gotta go to the other page. It's so bad we gotta go to the other page. That's what's happening. Down here, 2300. So like the worst attack in the game, pretty much, besides like Mari. So I just wanted to point that out. Sorry it took me so long to get there, but pretty much the lowest attack in the entire game. So interesting. We'll go through the kit. Just wanted to point that out before, but this is what we got going on here. So really big range. You can see very long range. And if we go to hero details and go to the max level, very, very long range, which is cool. I like that. It's like the extended marksman range, basically, is what she's got. 10 cost, very low cost. Stats, very bad. At least the attack stat is awful. Actually, HP is very bad too. So very, very, very bad stats. But interesting kit, so we'll go through it. So talent, damage dealt by the hero and putrid flies inflicts slow on the target. So this is cool. It's going to be like a slower. The summons, which are like these little flies, are going to also inflict slow. So only 10 costs though. That's cool. Deals damage, AoE damage to 5 targets. Again, damage dealt by the hero also inflicts slow. So every hit inflicts slow. That's cool. Summon putrid flies, and putrid flies generate a powerful vortex that pulls up to 10 nearby enemies toward its center with 2x strength and inflicts slow on them. The vortex lasts 5 seconds. So clearly going to be a CC hero, not meant to deal damage. Attack again very low. During the ultimate, the hero and putrid flies release Plague of Ruin 1 time every 5 seconds, dealing AoE damage, and it also inflicts vulnerability. So cool. You get to inflict vulnerability and you get to slow. So kind of like a debuffer. Pretty cool. During the ultimate also implies 35% inspiration. Again, it's a very, very weak inspiration, but it's a free inspiration on a CC hero. So it's kind of like a support hero. I doubt going to be dealing any damage, but pretty cool as a CC. So reduces the attack interval of the allied summons adjacent by putrid flies by 25%. Pretty cool. I don't know. Interesting looking hero. Got many, many arms. Yeah, very, very interesting looking hero. Going to be a lot of slow, a lot of CC, debuffs, etc. So that'll be pretty cool. The vulnerability magic inflicted by Plague is increased 20% with Awaken 1, Awaken 2. When basic attack deals damage to the target, restores rage. Okay, perfect. Reduce cost, 8 cost. Wow. So it's almost like a mini Dolores, but also deals damage. It's like an Artemis mixed with a Dolores. But if the Artemis instead of dealing damage, you get slow. That's what this hero is. So interesting. If the target receives 2 instances of Plague of Ruin, they will take a 1 additional instances of damage. So that's pretty interesting. Very cool. Very cool. All right, we'll go through one final hero here. We got this girl, Talula. Looks really cool. She's like a fairy piercer. So piercer healer. Very interesting hero. We'll go through this one. Continuous healing, damage reduction, rage restoration. So when deployed, summons 3 butterflies around the hero, each granting 1 stack of butterfly waltz. Basically what it does is it restores HP based on her attack and the target's HP, plus gives damage reduction and cannot be dispelled. So that's pretty cool. It grants forest. So this is like the thing that is healing. And if they have 100% HP, it'll fly to another ally to heal them. But it's basically just restoring HP based on attack again, her attack, but that target's HP. Converts 50% of extra attack speed to healing effect. The attack speed obtained through any means other than the initial 100. So she gets additional healing effect from attack speed, which is really interesting. So you're going to want a lot of attack speed on her, and she's going to be sending out a lot of butterflies all over. That'll be interesting. Channels a ritual and instantly sends 1 butterfly to each of the 3 allies in range. During the ritual, all the healing effect, rage regen, dispel, and damage reduction also applies to allies adjacent to the carrier of Forest Spirit, and the butterflies won't leave their carriers before the ritual ends. So basically going to heal everyone, give them damage reduction, dispel them. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. I like that a lot. So that's nice. Don't know how much she's going to heal, but she has another dispel, which is nice for poisons. You know, for like Guild Boss 2, etc. Forest Spirit and Butterfly Waltz have a 50% chance to dispel 1 debuff from each carrier every 2 seconds. So I think that's going to be a good one. It'll kind of just permanently be dispelling stuff. I think that's going to be pretty sweet. Forest Spirit also grants physical damage reduction and magical damage reduction and restores 0.6 rage per second. So she looks like she's going to be a really cool hero. I think she's just going to be in regular summons because she's a piercer. She's going to restore rage, she's going to cleanse buffs, and she's going to give healing. Cleanse debuff, sorry. So very cool. Cost of 18. Let's look at the stats. If we go max level, she has the vortex range again, which is sweet. So she's gonna be really good for Guild Boss 2 in my opinion. Very good. Attack is okay. Attack interval is 3. Okay. That is interesting. Let's look at her awakens now, and then that'll be it. So when a butterfly lands on an ally, the ally restores 15% instantly. So that's cool. Healing effect +8, okay. Woodland's Blessing rage regen per second increases by an extra 1%. So that's sweet. You get 1% per second. That's pretty cool. Auto rage regen, and when a butterfly returns to the hero, restores 50 rage for them as well. So a lot of rage regen. Cool. She looks like she's going to be really good. I'm really looking forward to her. We need more cleansers now that poisons on GB2 are so insane. So, okay, that's going to be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, I am on the test server, but we got some brand new heroes here. Looking forward to it. Comment below, what do you think? If you enjoyed the video, press that like and subscribe button. If you want to purchase any packs, feel free to use the link in the description. And that's it for the video. Have a great day, everyone. See you guys.